Minigumo is an Asashio-class ship, and she's similar to the class's namesake in many ways. The destroyer is armed with 6 127mm main battery guns housed in 3 twin-gun turrets that have a slow traverse speed. The guns themselves have a long reload time and short firing range. Despite those drawbacks, her main battery guns are still capable of unleashing mighty strikes in skirmishes against other destroyers. The ship's primary armament, of course, is her torpedoes, and she's packing 2 quadruple-tube launchers for them. Like Kitakami and super destroyers Dalana and Yamagiri, Minigumo can freely switch between 2 different torpedo types. Her standard torpedoes have a long range of 15 kilometers, but their speed is slow, less than 60 knots, and they can easily be spotted. Her alternative torpedoes, on the contrary, are very fast, almost 80 knots. They're also harder to spot, but their range is extremely short, only 6.5 kilometers. Both standard and alternative torpedoes deal high damage. Switching between the torpedo types takes around 6 seconds. Minigumo's disadvantages include low speed and small HP pool, so you should take care to avoid direct encounters with enemy destroyers and cruisers out in open water. One of the destroyer's main strengths is her great concealment. Minigumo is equipped with the smoke generator and engine boost consumables. This, coupled with the ability to switch between different torpedo types for different situations, provides flexible gameplay options. At the beginning of battle, when enemy cruisers and battleships are initially spotted, you can launch torpedoes over long distances in their direction. If necessary, you can almost immediately switch to fast torpedoes with a short range when you detect a destroyer next to you while capturing a key area, as happens in this replay. You'll certainly be looking for opportunities to use her short-range torpedoes for sudden attacks from close range. Their high speed doesn't give the target much time to react, so they are great for striking when you are up close and personal to an enemy ship, but outside of their detection range. Here's an example of how it can work. Minigumo approaches the battleship at a distance of 6.5 kilometers. It's enough to strike with short-range torpedoes while remaining undetected. As a result, 2 of the 8 torpedoes hit their target exactly. And in this replay, the destroyer deliberately stops 6 kilometers from the battleship to wait for the torpedo tubes to reload. Then we see a launch with a decent lead, and again a torpedo hits the target. At the same time, if it's impossible to get close to the enemy, for example due to enemy radar or enemy destroyers and submarines, then you can use the 15-kilometer range torpedoes and launch from a safe position, as the player does in this replay. After being spotted by an enemy destroyer, Minigumo first retreats to a safe distance and then launches long-range torpedoes towards the enemy in smoke. After a while, the same player carefully circles around the island in order to quietly approach the battleship, switches from long-range to short-range torpedoes, and launches them from a distance of 7 kilometers. The enemy battleship has been destroyed. Captain, watch our videos to learn how to play. Record replays and teach other players by setting an example. Let's win together.